Hello everyone, we'll talk about the solution to the problem rank transform of an array. This problem essentially asks us to coordinate compress the values given at the beginning. So we want the smallest value to be equal to 1, the next smallest to 2, and so on, and return the array replaced with the ranks. So the array of compressed values in the same order that the values were given at the beginning. The easiest way of doing that is probably to take our list, sort it, or sort a copy of it and remember it, because at the end we still want to have the original to restore the original order. And now that we have a sorted list, well, we know that it starts with the elements that should have rank 1, with a block of the same elements, then elements that have rank 2, and so on. We'll be remembering ranks in a dictionary, so in a hash map. And we go through all the elements. We start from 0 because we'll be incrementing it whenever we see a new element. And for every element in our sorted array, if we already have its rank, we don't have to do anything. Otherwise, it doesn't have a rank yet. So we increment the rank, we give this element this rank, and we go through the whole sorted array like this. Now, in this ranks dictionary, we have a map from element value to its rank. So we just go for every element in the original array. So in the original order, we get its rank. We use list comprehension to get it into a list. And this is what we return. And now I have 3 side notes, because we've already solved this problem. The first side note is that in some contexts, like in competitive programming contests where there is a hack phase, a challenge phase, or maybe if some tests are specifically designed to break hash maps, because it's possible to break hash maps by attacking their pretty simple hashing algorithms, then using a hash map can be pretty slow. So don't be afraid to do something more involved than a hash map when you're implementing coordinate compression, where the input data might be untrusted and in particular might be created in such a way as to beat Python's dictionary. So that might be a real situation. The other thing is, of course, that assuming that the data indeed is random, we can think of the dictionary as having constant time operations. So our time complexity is dominated by this sorting. And while I'm not saying that it's impossible to solve this problem without sorting the array, there is a fundamental, of course, let's say, lower bound on how fast you can sort a general array using comparisons. So everybody knows that this is an n log n barrier. You cannot sort an array using just comparing elements and swapping elements faster than n log n. And if you're thinking about solving this problem faster than n log n, you would have to do something that's similar to, let's say, a counting sort, or again, maybe some clever use of a hash map. But you have to remember that if you solve this problem in linear time, then you have created a linear time sorting algorithm. Those algorithms exist, but your algorithm will probably not be very different from them. And it shouldn't be similar to normal n log n sorting algorithms, of course. That's because, and this is a standard way of reducing, we know that it's impossible to do this version of sorting, this comparison sort, faster than n log n. And if we can solve our problem in linear time, so we can get the ranks for every element, then it's trivial to sort the original array. We take the original array, we take the array of ranks, and the array of ranks immediately tells us at which position in the output array the given element should be. So we can use this solution to sort an array then in linear time. So we should be suspect whenever we see a linear solution, and of course that linear solution might be very similar to some linear sorting algorithm. And finally, I mentioned before taking part in competitive programming competitions, because this kind of coordinate compression procedure may be very useful. And specifically, a typical use case is whenever you have a data structure whose size is proportional to the value of the smallest and largest element. So for instance, you might want to build a Fenwick tree, so a binary index tree, or a segment tree on the input values. And your implementation that you choose is not dynamic. So if the values are from 0 to 10 to the 9th, you would need an unreasonably large array to hold them. But if the values were from 0 to 10 to the 6th, then you can just hold them, create an array of a million elements. And often, you don't really care about specific values, and even if you care about specific values, you can create this dictionary in one that goes one way, the same dictionary going the other way. You only care about the relative ordering of elements, so you can compress them, build a segment tree on the compressed version, or maybe even solve this problem on the compressed version. This is a very common pattern, that you coordinate compress at the beginning, if you know all the values at the beginning, and then you can operate with the values being as big as the number of values that you have. Because if you have a million values, and they may be even big values, but if you coordinate compress them, you will have up to a million different compressed values, so the values will be up to a million. So there is a real use case for this kind of coordinate compression routine.